What's going on, guys? What's going on, Touch Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, can Jalen Brunson lead the New York Knicks to the NBA Finals? Can Jalen Brunson lead the New York Knicks to the NBA Finals? I think he can lead them back to the NBA Finals. It's just going to take him to show up this game and win a game 6 because he's still going against the Boston Celtics. Like, you have Karl Anthony Towns. You have Karl Anthony Towns. You have Mikal Bridges. You have those guys in that locker room. I definitely think if you have those guys in that locker room, you could honestly win a game. Like, you have Josh Hart. You could honestly, win a game here. Because if you win this game against the Boston Celtics, you're going to the conference finals. You just have to beat the Pacers after that. And then win a game. And then you're going to the NBA Finals. But the only thing is, can Jalen Brunson stay healthy on the court? Can he stay healthy? Can he keep this going? Because honestly, if you keep the New York Knicks, if you lead the New York Knicks to the NBA Finals, I'm just going to say this. This would be 30 years in the making since the New York Knicks has been to a conference finals or an NBA finals. Because of the fact of, we know that in 2000, the New York Knicks got to the conference finals with Freewell, Houston, that New York's team, but lost to the San Antonio Spurs and Tim Duncan and David Robinson. We know that. But when you say that the New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson have a chance to go to the NBA Finals, and for him to lead, you have to beat Boston to just go there. You have to beat Indiana if you beat Boston to get there. Because if Jalen Brunson is able to do that and able to put on a performance that we could say Jalen Brunson could lead them all the way. But that's only if they can beat the Celtics tonight. Because you're up 3-2. You know what it's going to take. Jalen Brunson has to show up. Jalen Brunson has to have a good game. Jalen Brunson has to get those easy money buckets. Has to get those Jam City dunks. has to has to throw lobs to Karl Anthony Towns. You're going to have to need Karl Anthony Towns stepping up, Mikal Bridges stepping up, Josh Hart and his defense stepping up. Because if Jalen Brunson has those guys step up for the Knicks, I am going to say this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this as a Cavaliers fan and as an NBA fan, that this is probably the New York Knicks' best chance to win a championship this year. Because you do not want to. If you lose Game 6 to the Boston Celtics, Game 7 is going to come around. And then you have to play another game. It is, for Jalen Brunson, it is not going to be easy to win a Game 7. We have to remember this. Boston's season, the Celtics season, is on the line right now. Because if you let Boston run all over you tonight in this Game 6, I'm going to say this. The New York Knicks are probably not going to have a good chance. Are probably just going to be a playoff team every year. But you're going to have those guys like a Karl Anthony Towns, like a Mikal Bridges, like a Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson. You have a good coach in Thibodeau. What else is there? You just have to put the pieces together. And you have to play good basketball. This isn't going to be something that we're going to see if the New York Knicks don't win tonight. We're all going to say that the New York Knicks lost Game 6, and if they lose Game 7, we're going to look at this as, oh, they traded five first round picks for Mikal Bridges. They traded DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns. We're going to look at those trades, and we're going to look at this Knicks team that is probably not a championship team if you beat the New York Knicks. If you beat the Boston Celtics, But guys, never give up your dreams. Because we can say at the end of the day, the New York Knicks got out of the first round. The New York Knicks traded for Karl Anthony Towns, traded for Mikal Bridges. Like, you can say the New York Knicks have done everything. They have a good coach. They've been to a conference finals. Are they going to make it to a second conference finals Because you have the Pacers. You have teams like this. Like before we seen teams like this, we have had a lot of good super teams. Okay, we have had a lot of good playoff teams that thought they had a chance at the to get to the NBA Finals. And we seen how that planned out. Teams that look like NBA Finals teams on paper still look like teams on paper that can get to the finals. But honestly, man, can Jalen Brunson do it with the New York Knicks? Can he take them to the NBA Finals? Can he get there? Like, Jalen Brunson is an amazing player. In my opinion. But can you get there? And can you like beat a team, Boston, tonight? Can you beat a team if you get to the conference finals? Can you beat a team like the Pacers to get to the NBA Finals? Because if you're able to get to the NBA Finals, you know that is the biggest stage ever. The NBA Finals, the championship, is the biggest stage ever. Because once the Final Four teams are done playing, there's only 2 teams in the NBA Finals. And does Jalen Brunson, if he shows up, I can say the New York Knicks might go to the NBA Finals. But that's only if you can beat the champion, the defending champs, Boston Celtics. Because they're not backing down. They're going to give you all that they got. Because they're not backing down. They're going to make it tough on the Knicks. They're going to make it tough on the Knicks. We have to realize that the New York Knicks don't have Patrick Ewing. They don't have John Stockton. They don't have Charles Oakley. That 90s New York Knicks team was different than this team. Because we've seen all the super teams. There wasn't no super team to get to the finals. Like, there was Michael Jordan getting to the finals, LeBron James getting to the finals, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Luka, Giannis, all got to the finals. This Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, all got to the finals. This is Jalen Brunson's chance to get there. And if he's able to beat the Boston Celtics, he's one step closer. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody, in peace.